to node series as well as the Art of War.
Yep.
And we're going to take you in to that Metropolis. Everything, it's important to note that, well, you can go ahead. It's important to note that everything you saw in the Art of War is, you know, in the engine. It is, ooh, little tumble. I like it. It is in the engine.
Right.
And this is the environment you'll be playing in. This is the character you're going to be playing. Those are the skills you're going to see. The only difference that's in our Art of War, none of it is CG. None of it is pre-rendered. It is all created in this engine.
Yep.
And you're playing the game now, and you get to see pretty much all the stuff you saw there. Just we're going to take you through. This is an invisibility.
An
invisibility.
Nice.
And it is a rogue primary skill. I believe we're team viewing this, so you might see some little bit of blur,
Choppiness,
motion blur and choppiness.
Yeah.
No, it looks good, I think. It's looking good. So where are we right now?
So right now, what do you mean, where are we? We're right in front of the temple is where we're at.
Oh, okay, good. Oh yeah, cool, okay. So we're in front of the temple. This was in the Art of War video where he went into this temple, and some of you were wondering what was that relic that the
that relic
retrieved.
that looked like a Bebelith or something.
A what?
That was a protective relic that the city had that was preventing attack, basically. So once he grabbed that relic, he enabled the siege, and that's when the trebuchets started firing.
Oh, very cool. I like it. So another important thing to note here is that you'll see these kiosks that kind of exist out in the Metropolis. And I know we talked a little bit about this last week with Fever. You know, these kiosks are rentable, and it's the mechanic that players can set up shop for with their inventory that they want to sell things, if they're crafters or processors or gatherers. And they can rent that kiosk for a period of time. You know, they can rent it for a day, they can rent it for the night, they can rent it for whatever period of time. And it allows them to just kind of show their goods. And you'll see there's some people there haggling with with that marketplace.
You know, one day that'll be real people.
Oh,
it'll be you, the players.
One day soon. One day very soon. Another important thing to note about the Metropolis is that you'll see buildings like that right there, where you're looking at now, Tristan, and those are like a mansion-style home. And the way that static homes within the node work, and you can just keep us kind of looking at that area, the way that the static homes within the node work is that if this node were to develop into a village stage and you were to purchase you know, a small dwelling within the village, as that node progresses and you got in early, that static home is going to progress with the node. It will become that mansion here near the center of town.
Right.
Right?
So that's one of the biggest reasons to get into a node early and to, you know, kind of figure out where your home's going to be, because that's going to give you the opportunity to really own the coolest looking buildings, I think, probably on the server.
Yeah, I agree.
You really get to feel like you're part of the city.
This is like, would be an apartment complex. So this would, if you can just keep us here, this would be like the players at, I believe it's at stage 4, it might be stage 5, I believe it's stage 4, the player government has the ability to begin construction on an apartment complex. And this apartment complex allows for instanced housing within the node if players weren't able to participate in purchasing a static node or didn't have the ability to build a freehold for whatever reason. They can come here and they can rent these apartments, which would allow them to claim citizenship within the node. And obviously, the more apartments that become rented, the higher the price scales. You know, there's a soft kind of, not necessarily limit, but just a greater expense that's necessary if there's already a lot of citizens within the node. And that kind of scarcity drives, you know, competitiveness for real estate and, you know.
Right. It gives you a reason to go out and find that other node.
Exactly.
If that one comes too expensive.
Yeah.
But this is the marketplace. This is, I think our artist knocked it out of the park with this particular area.
Oh, the marketplace. Yeah. Oh, this looks good. So another thing we were discussing last time was that nodes within a region may share a bulletin board in the town center. And that bulletin board may be a search method for you to look for certain types of items. You won't be able to necessarily purchase that item from an auction house, so to speak, but you would have the location in a marketplace that you would need to purchase the item from. Yeah. And that helps to create local economies and local markets that are dependent on the supply of resources, gatherables, and and items that are within a local marketplace. You can see. And as you can see here, the UI is very basic. It is a very basic UI. This is a placeholder UI. You just have the health bar on the bottom left there, menu option, top right. We haven't begun to work at all on our UI.
Yeah, it's functional for us. It's not functional for players. I mean, I guess it would be functional for players, but that's all it would be, is functional.
Right.
It's there to make sure that, when we're in game and we're making sure our stats are scaling correctly, and that, when I equip something, my strength goes up and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
When I get hit, my HP goes down.
Absolutely. Very cool.
Go on the first floor here.
You want to take us up to the first floor? You want to go invisible so they don't try to kill you? Sweet. I love this temple. Oh, by the way, this area here was created by our artists John and Michael. They did this Metropolis. The scene itself, the level itself, was set up by Tristan, one of our level designers. You want to take us into the temple? Can we go into the temple? Take a look at what's in there. Where's the front door? Ask one of the guards where the front door is. It's a big, our Metropolis actually node footprint is, I believe, 0.25 kilometers in radius. Just about, I think.
No, I think it's bigger than that.
Isn't it? It's a 0.5 diameter, I thought.
0.5 radius.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Oh, we got a delivery. FedEx is here.
Hang on, you're going to hear some sounds.
The door's open.
Howdy.
Thank you.
And the package has arrived.
All right, I think this is where people saw the top, the relic was at the top of this building. So
I think we're running out of time, so
let's get some questions in after this.